Prosecution, Madam Prosecutor or Mr. Prosecutor, whoever wants to start, you may now make your opening statement.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, Your Honors, this is a case about shielding the integrity of the court's proceedings from offenses against the administration of justice. It is about ensuring that public confidence and the expectations of those who look to it to establish the truth and to dispense justice are preserved and strengthened. It's about ensuring that no one, present or future, can pervert the course of justice in ICC proceedings or to bring the administration of justice before this court into disrepute. Mr. President, Your Honors, on the 14th of June, 2012, the prosecution received an anonymous tip that individuals associated with Jean-Pierre Bemba Gombo's defense were providing benefits to witnesses in exchange of false testimony and false documents. That tip sparked an exhaustive, disciplined, and judicially authorized investigation spanning over a year. The investigation, conducted by experienced investigators and prosecutors, and with the supervision of the court and the cooperation of national, judicial, and police authorities, set about gathering the facts. On the resulting evidence, on the 11th of November 2013, the pretrial chamber of this court issued arrest warrants for Mr. Bemba, his lead counsel, Mr. Aimé Kilolo Musamba, his case manager, Mr. Jean-Jacques Mangenda Kabongo, his longtime confidant, Mr. Fidèle Babala Wandu, and a prospective defense witness, Mr. Narcisse Arido, for offenses against the administration of justice in violation of Articles 71, A, B, and C of the Rome Statute. Now, for the first time, this court, and indeed the public, including those victimized by the accused crimes, will see the results of the thorough and carefully executed investigation which has led us here today. Those results, that is the evidence in this case, will show the accused systematic and concerted efforts to thwart the ends of justice in Mr. Bemba's trial for war crimes and crimes against humanity. We will demonstrate on the strength of our evidence how the accused engaged in a scheme to corruptly influence witnesses, to bribe them, to encourage or induce their false testimony, to coach their evidence illicitly, and to present that false evidence to a chamber of this court. The prosecution's confirmation submissions meticulously detailed the evidence in this case, and its trial brief even more so. That evidence includes intercepted phone calls between the accused, phone records and logs from the court's detention center, call data records from private telecommunications carriers, money transfer agency financial records, and statements from witnesses who were bribed, coached, and corruptly influenced. That evidence, Mr. President, will show how Mr. Bemba directed a plan aimed at securing his acquittal through corrupt means. It will show that he issued instructions to Messrs. Kilolo, Mangenda, and Babala to execute that plan. It will show that Mr. Kilolo, with Mr. Mangenda's assistance, planned and scripted witness false evidence, and that he bribed them and presented their false evidence in court. Mr. President, it will show that Mr. Mangenda also relayed the necessary instructions and informed and information between Mr. Bemba and Mr. Kilolo to carry out their plan. It will show that Mr. Babala ensured that the money for this scheme was made available to Mr. Kilolo and others to bribe the witnesses, and that he participated in bribing them. And, Mr. President, it will show that Mr. Arido, their man on the ground, recruited false witnesses to testify and himself corruptly influenced witnesses. The evidence the prosecution will present in this case is uncontroversial. It was collected with the court's authorization, with the assistance and authorization of national authorities, and in accordance with the statute. Where the evidence potentially implicated attorney-client communication, the court instituted appropriate safeguards to ensure their proper screening by an independent counsel accountable to the pretrial chamber. The prosecution, the court, the independent counsel, and the national authorities involved acted at all times with integrity, professionalism, and due regard for the rights of the accused throughout these investigations. Mr. President, Your Honors, truth is the foundation of justice. Its pursuit is the guiding principle of my office, which has defined the investigations of this case throughout. It is the evidence that has guided us throughout and led us here today. Nothing more, nothing less. Whatever the attempts to deflect attention away from the charges in this case, at the end of the day, the hard facts remain. They will not change, they will not fade away, and they will not and must not be ignored. The evidence, the unassailable facts in this case are unequivocal, and as the prosecution will prove, they point singularly to the accused's guilt. Your Honors, this is a very serious case with ramifications well beyond these immediate proceedings. Its importance cannot be overstated, nor can the integrity of the court's process be undervalued or left to the whims of those who resort to offenses against the administration of justice to escape justice. This is not an attack against the defense bar, much less against lawyer-client privilege, which is fundamental to the due process and fairness of trials. Against its abuse, however, international criminal justice must live up to its promise, and it must stand firm. The principles of fairness and justice for which this institution was established have to be protected. The highest standards in the administration of justice, which guide the court's important work and are so crucial to this institution's appeal and credibility, must be preserved and protected. Our decision to commence these proceedings was to ensure that those who seek to pervert the course of justice before this court are themselves brought to justice. One should not derive benefits from the commission of his own crimes, and impunity leads to criminality. My office remains firmly committed to investigating and prosecuting these offenses, using all means at our disposal to ensure that our mandate, and indeed the crucial mandate of this court, can genuinely and effectively be realized. Mr. President, Your Honors, following these remarks, my learned colleague, Mr. Kweku van der Puy, will now present the context in which the crimes in question were allegedly committed in a more detailed outline of the evidence supporting the charges. Mr. President, Your Honors, I thank you.